Many thanks to all of you who come to listen to the shortest discourse on Sundar Kanda. In 3 sessions, I have to finish the entire book, which has 286 pages. It's going to be a marathon run. I run, whether you follow or not, I'm not sure. Back in LA, I've been conducting this Valmiki Ramayan talks. I give 5 lectures in the first week of every month, covering or trying to cover all the 24,000 verses. Valmiki Ramayana has got 24,000 verses. This is considered to be the first literature ever written by a human person. By Valmiki himself, about the life of Sri Rama. I started in 2011. I just went halfway now. 14 years, I've just finished half. Maybe 12,000 or 13,000 now. So before I died, I thought of finishing it. Some of them already died also, those who attended. So they said, by the time you finish, we'll be dead. This Sundar Kanda itself took 60 classes for me. Almost. Or more than that. Because Ramayan is Ramasya Ayanam Ramayanam, it is said. The journey of Sri Rama. Ayanam means path. So, the path or the life of Rama, Sri Rama, is worthy of not only knowing about, following is also important. By just listening to the greatness of a person, we won't be satisfied. We should not be satisfied. We should emulate. Then only our life will change. When we hear something and it does not change our life, it is just an information. Knowledge is that makes you different from what you have been before. And especially spiritual knowledge is that which is addressed to the soul, not to the brain or the intellect. बुद्धि के लिए ये नहीं है, ये आत्मा के लिए. ये ज्ञान आत्मज्ञान है, not बुद्धि ज्ञान. The knowledge that we receive in any such spiritual lecture or study is meant for the soul, which never dies, which is always undertaking a long journey only to merge into the Lord. And this journey can be expedited by this knowledge. Everybody is traveling, but who can reach fast? The person who puts extra energy into that. The spiritual knowledge gives you extra fuel. And this journey is not a tiresome journey. If one knows, then one is actually headed towards the Lord. Just like the rivers, all of them are headed towards the ocean only. Right? Rivers are called rivers because they don't reverse. And they don't go to the source, they go to the end only. Actually, they go to the source, which is the source is the ocean from where they came actually. Similarly, we all have come from the same source. Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yaprayanti abhivishanti iti, tat vijijñāsasva, tat brahmeti. Upanishad says that. From which everything has come, by which everything is sustained, towards which everything goes and merges. That is Brahman, God. In religious term, it is God. That's why we saw in this opening verse which I chanted, Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje. Whatever is spoken in the Vedas as Brahman, that itself is Ram. Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje. As the son of Dasharatha, he is born, manifested. Veda pracheta sadasid sakshat Ramayanatmana. The Vedas themselves took birth as a Ramayan. The very core, the soul of Ramayan is Sri Rama. Just like the soul of the Vedas is Brahman. And Vedavyasa, who compiled the Vedas and shown to the world what is the final goal of all human beings, living beings. Similarly, Valmiki ji had composed the entire Ramayana only to show the Paramatma is Ram himself. And if we understand that Bhagavan, Sri Rama is none other than Brahma Swarup, the very manifestation of supreme reality, we should all be only dasa of him. And the best one is Sri Hanuman. Right? So emulating the qualities of a true servant of Sri Rama, we are actually becoming true sadhaks, true seekers. Manojavam marudatulyavekam jitendriyam buddhimadam varishtam. Not a normal student, normal servant. Buddhimadam varishtam. See, whenever we say a servant, we always think that he doesn't know anything. Right? A servant is what who doesn't have anything else to do, therefore he is doing mean job. But Bhagavan's servant is not a dull-witted one. Manojavam marudatulyavegam buddhimadam varishtam. He is the best among the intelligent people. In fact, to be a devotee of God, you should be very intelligent. To be a servant of God, you cannot be a dull-witted one. Bhagavan doesn't want the dull-witted ones. You should be a sharp, very keen on your observation. So when I joined Sandipani way back in 91, many people thought that because I don't have anything else to do. Many people think that way. Oh, sannyas le rahe ho? Kyun? And I had 3 uncles in Bombay. So I was the first one to reach the ashram. Before any other students came, so I was the first one. So I can choose my room also. I chose the best of the rooms and settled down. And nothing much to carry, In ashram ne kya hai? So I carried some my luggage a little bit. Settled down and I was ready to take some rest at that time. There was a knock at the door. I said, who's knocking at the door? Open. 3 of my uncles who lived in Bombay, they were standing there. Instructed by my father. I said, wow, surprising. You all came to the ashram for the first time. Before I asked anything, they said, who is that girl? What girl? Who made you like this? Either you are depressed because you don't have money, job, or somebody had thrown you out. So we always think sannyasins are failures. Some people ask this question also, Swamiji, what was your name when you were normal? So do I look normal to you? It is not because of the failures that we become devotees or pursue this path. Gurudev always said to us, if you are a failure in the world, you will be failure here also. You should be a sharp one. Buddhimadam varishtam. A sevak, a dasa of the Lord must be best among those who have intelligence. So here, Hanumanji, the best of the best. Even just being a servant, he is elevated to the level of God. We see that. In any Rama temple, before you enter, Hanumanji is supposed to worship. Why? Because through him only we can really reach God. Hanuman Chalis also says that. What is that? You are standing at the door of the Lord. With your permission only I can go in. Which is the verse? Tell me. Ram dovare tum rakhware ot na agnya binu paisare. No, binu paisare. Without giving you money I cannot get that. That is in the local government office, Binu paisa, without the paisa I cannot enter there. Not that way. Without your permission, I cannot enter the abode of the Lord. So what it means is, Bhagavan totally believes in his servant. We cannot even call servant, he is a sevak. The difference between sevak and servant is paid. And he will do only to the extent you pay. Right? Whereas sevak is one who does his work out of love, out of concern, out of knowledge. And you don't need to tell a sevak. He or she can do any seva without being noticed, without being told. In Chinmaya mission we need more sevaks, not servants. The servants are paid to do a particular job. What we need is sevaks. But the third category is also there. One is servant, another is sevak or sevika. The third one is called volunteer. You tell them 100 times, they won't do it. And when you ask them, they say, whenever we feel like doing, we'll do it. That's called volunteer. So are you all volunteers or sevaks? Better be. So Bhagavan's dasa is a sevak. And this particular book itself, this is Sundar Kanda. This is all about how Hanumanji expressed his total seva to the Lord. Our Guruji Swami Tejomayanji, when he conducted a Mahasamadhi camp in LA, long time back, 2010. At that time he took the topic Ramayana Saundaryam. And he said, Ramayana is such a story where there are a lot of twists and turns. And if a story does not have that, it will be very boring. Right? So, what was the first twist that took place? Rama was growing up, suddenly Vishwamitra comes and said, I am taking them. That's the first twist. Until then, everything was okay. And Dashoda felt so agitated about that. And Vishwamitra said, no, I am taking them and I will train them. In fact, it was Vishwamitra who trained both Sri Rama and Lakshman how to live in the forest. Then itself, he knew they have to live for a long time there and we have to train them. Then next twist was, suddenly Rama went to get married without even telling any of his parents. Fixed, marriage fixed and then was informed. Like many of you all get that only. When I decided to marry. So that same way, his marriage was fixed. And then he was informing his father. Then they all came back and then there was, Dasharatha decided to coronate him. Everything was going fine. Manthara entered. Twist again. The whole thing changed. Overnight. Nobody expected that. Dasharatha died. Bhagavan left for forest 14 years. Then Bharata entered the scene. He was expected to rule. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. I will go after Rama. So then Rama, denied that he will not come back and all that. You know the story, I don't need to tell you. Then the next twist is what? Okay, there Shurpanaka entered. So any entry of a new person creates a twist. Why I am saying this is in our life also, any new person entering into life will change your life. Even if it is a cat or a dog. I am making a very categorical statement. Which category I don't know. It will create catastrophe also. Very delicate matter. Anyway, I'll go on like this or don't. So entry of Shurpanaka, that changed the whole course. Then after that, then Ravana entered the scene and then she was taken away, Sita was taken away. So everything is such a sad situation until Hanumanji entered the scene. Again, he changed the course of the whole story. So, Hanuman's entry is a very significant entry into that whole story. He gave confidence, courage, hope. Until then, Sri Rama and Lakshmana were clueless. What to do? Where to look for her? Where she would have gone? Who knows? So when you are entering in any situation, you must make the situation better, not bitter. Any relationship when we have with anybody in this world, our role in anybody's life is to make the person better. And that's what Hanumanji first teaches us. Do what is good for others and live for that. Therefore, Hanumanji lived an unselfish life. Nothing he wanted to himself. Even though he was serving Sugriva for a long time, but he was not very happy with that. Because the one whom he is serving, he himself is living in fear. He wanted a master who lives for righteousness, knowledge, wisdom, foresightedness, strength. And when he found Rama, he said, I am now so fulfilled. That serving a person of that caliber will definitely make a great change to me. So that's why many people ask this question, when was the time you decided to take up to this path? Because I said, only one. I fell in love with a person who stood for something great in this life. Gurudev. One who stood with courage, with brilliance, with knowledge, with wisdom, with strength, confidence. Once you are in the company of such a master, you cannot but change. So Hanumanji, when he entered the scene and changed the course of the entire story, thereafter Sri Rama was completely, in awe and great admiration. Such a person who could accomplish something which I cannot accomplish. Even what Bhagavan cannot accomplish, Hanumanji could do it. And again, Hanumanji would say, I cannot accomplish without your grace. In other words, a bhakta derives grace from the Lord and serves Lord in such a way, even the Bhagavan is surprised. Bhagavan also showed this. Such a possibility is there. Hanumanji, therefore, is most sundar, most beautiful, because his heart was like that. A very loving heart and very courageous heart, strong will, absolute confidence. So the entire Sundarakand is the Sundarata of Hanuman, the beauty of the devotee's heart, the beauty of the servant's heart. It also has got Sundarata of Sita. It shows how her unquestionable faith in the Lord had made her face all challenges. If only we understand how much of a challenge Sita was facing in her life during the time when she was with Rama, our challenges are nothing. Think about it. You are in a place where you don't know anyone and they are constantly torturing you, day in and day out. She did not eat for days and months. Her only strength during the entire time when she was there is, Bhagavan will come. Lord will appear and take care of her. There is no possibility she could see. Immediate possibility is not there. But her faith, her confidence, her devotion. That's why it is said, Ramayanam tu Sitaya Charitam Mahat. Ramayana is really the greatness of Sita. Why? This is how a devotee should live, with absolute unquestionable faith. What we lack in our life, in today's life, is this. We don't have faith. Gurudev used to say, we are university educated continental idiots. We don't have faith in anything. We have faith in so-called science. We all believe in science, so to say that everybody says, oh, science proves it. Whatever science has proven is not what you have experienced. Have you? Why do you say that sunrise and sunset is not true? It is only earth is tilting. Have you seen it? Or you believed it? Say quickly. Why? Why do you believe that? You're not experienced it. What you did not experience, you just believe. Why? Because it depends on who is saying it. And science says you believe it, even though it is not your experience. Why not you understand the Shastra is also a science, which is not your experience. But we don't have that. Shastreshu Guru Vakyeshu Satya Buddhi Avadharana Shraddha. Faith is complete belief and trust in the Shastra and the words of the Guru. As much as we have complete belief in science and the scientists whom you don't even know who they are. So if only we have that Shraddha, many of our problems would have been solved. Do you know why problems can be solved by correct understanding of our Shastra? Because what our scriptures are telling us is that you have no problem. Really speaking, you have no problem because you are the problem. Take for example Bhagavad Gita. What was the problem of Arjuna? Tell me. You have studied Gita, you should know it. What was the problem of Arjuna? Tell me. Did he have the problem or he was the problem? If it was not he, something else was the problem, could Krishna solve that? What did Krishna do? Did he solve the problem of Arjuna or not? Huh? Because he said, I am not going to fight. Then at the end, what did he say? I am going to fight. Now, so problem is solved. What problem he solved? What did he solve? Showing Arjuna, you are the problem. Your thinking is the problem. The way you look at the things is the problem. Many of them won't come to Vedanta because of this reason only. Because we are always very ready to throw the problem on the situation outside. The world is a problem, economy is a problem, that is a problem, this is a problem. We are very happy with that. But when you come to Vedanta, what do they say? First study itself, you are the problem. I don't want to listen to this. So Shraddha, we lack Shraddha. And for gaining that Shraddha which Vedanta expects us to do, we must have the strength to accept that the problem is me. And no true guru will ever say, I will give you moksha. You have to find it. I will only guide you. If any Dadiwala says, I will give you moksha, stay far away from that person. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. The longer the beard, greater should be your doubt. That's why I cut it. Nobody can catch me here. So here Hanumanji with complete faith in the Lord and His power. So also Sita with total faith and devotion, highest devotion to the Lord. That is the Sundarata of the whole thing. And where is she placed? In the most beautiful island, Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka. Ruled by the most powerful administrator there. He's also his administration is so powerful, that is beauty. So there is a beauty of Hanumanji, beauty of Sita, the beauty of Lanka and its ruler, and in general the beauty of the entire Ramayan is stated in this one Kanda, Sundar Kanda. So now, in this Sundar Kanda, we'll take today 4 important qualities of a leader. Everybody wants to be a leader. In our own life, we want to achieve something, accomplish something. But what are the 4 important qualities that we need to accomplish anything? We want to know that, right? Like, there it is said. First we'll read that and then. Yes tatvedani chatvari vanarendra yata tava dishtirmadhirdaksham swakarma sunasidati. Yasya, whose, tu etani chatvari, these 4 aspects or four qualities, Vanarendrayata tava, like what you have, O Hanuman. This is said by Devatas and Rishis to him. What are the four things? Dhritihi, steadfastness. Drishtihi, vision. Matihi, intelligence. Darshyam, dexterity. Such a person, swakarmasu na sidati, in his own work he will never fail. Dhriti, drishti, mati, darshyam. These four. The first one is, anything you take up, be steady in that. We must have the ability to sustain our interest and inspiration in what we want to do. If we ourselves are doubtful about what we have taken up as a project or a thing to achieve, you will not proceed further, you cannot progress. So dhriti, dhru means to hold, dharanam. And dharana means to support and sustain. Dhriti means the ability to sustain anything. Despite whatever that happens on the way, one who is able to sustain that continuously, he alone or she alone can finally reach the goal. Dhriti. And that what would make us able to continuously engage without getting exhausted or mentally doubtful in the mind, despite whatever happens on the way, what will make us continue is drishti, vision, a clarity in thinking. Before you take up, you should have a clarity in what I really want. If anybody who asks this question, what do you want in life? Really? Everybody will have different answers, but essentially the same. I want to be happy. Is it not? Anybody here who wants to be unhappy? Please raise your hand. I can immediately give you something to make you unhappy. What is our drishti? Drishti is not just a physical seeing. What is your foresightedness? Where are you looking? What are you looking at in your life? So many things are there in this world for us to see. That is not what we are talking about. You look at a movie or a theater, a movie or that in a TV channel or read a book, you are constantly seeing things. But that seeing is only by the fleshy eyes. But with your mind, what are you looking at? So vision is what is your final purpose which you are determined to reach. That visualization is very important. In management world they say visualize before you actualize. Gurudev taught us this very clearly. When you are to give a lecture, like here, when you want to give a lecture, first you should know the audience. Without that you cannot really serve the purpose. Without knowing the caliber of the audience, can you actually communicate to them? It is said that once this Mullah Nasruddin, one funny character, he was said to be a very good speaker. So some people approached him and said, "We would like you to give a talk. Please come." He said, "Who's my audience? I want to know about the audience." So they could not say much. We have invited so many people. They are from here, there, and all that. I said, "Okay, I'll come." He came. He looked at all of them. do you know what I am going to talk about? They said, no. He said, if you don't know what I am going to talk about, why should I talk to you? He went away. So these organizers were very unhappy, what is this? And they came. Afterward, next year they came, prepared. Who's my audience? Very informed audience. They know exactly what you are going to talk about. Okay. You all know what I am going to talk about. They said, yes, if you know, why should I talk about you? Next year, they were more prepared. Please come. Oh. Do you know what I am going to talk about? So half of them have been prepared to say yes. And half of them said no. Do you know what I am going to talk about? No. Yes. Do one thing. You people, talk to them. So Gurudev has said to us, you should know your audience. For the first few minutes only you should have judged that. Then only you can really convey what you want to convey. So that in the same way, unless I am clear about what I want and also whether I am capable of achieving it. You may want so many things, but find out whether you are capable, you are qualified to achieve that. Accordingly, you may have to change, or you may have to qualify yourself, prepare yourself, increase your skill, increase your ability and knowledge. One place I was giving a talk, and then at the end of it, one person came to me and said, Swamiji, I have decided. What? Give me moksha. Bas, utna hi chahiye, wahi chahiye. Moksha de do aap. I said, yes. But pehle batao, what is moksha? Oh, pata nahi, aap de do. Kya? That is not right also. You don't even know what actually you want. Just a jargon. So, dhriti, steadfastness in whatever you have taken up, and you must have a clear purpose in your mind. The clarity of the goal, drishti. The third one is called mati, intelligence. How you handle the situations that will come on the way, which you can overcome with your correct brilliance and understanding, and keep moving. Intelligence is that which reminds you about what you know and how to apply it. It is not just getting informed. Nowadays, many children, if you ask, they know too much. One parent today also, they know too much Swamiji nowadays because of all the devices that they have got. They are informed. They are not knowledgeable. They may use the jargons, but they have not thought through deeply because there is no experience. Experience gives you a different kind of wisdom. Just learning some bookish knowledge will not help you. One boy turned 16 and his father decided to teach him something. So, hey, come here. Let us talk about life. The boy said, what do you want to know? That's only bookish knowledge. So matihi is how you apply what you have understood. And the world will test your knowledge again and again. Our Gurudev used to say that intellect is not intelligence. Intellect is a accumulation of knowledge, but intelligence is application of that knowledge. Whether accumulate the knowledge or apply the knowledge. That's very important. So that is matihi. At a given point of time, what is that right thing to do? That application is very important. The last but not the least one is darksham, dexterity in action. Skillfulness. The skillfulness in action means doing the right thing in the right way. I know what to do, but I do not know how to do it in such a way that I will not have to repeat it. A repetition also gives you certain amount of confidence, but when once you learn the dexterity, yoga hai karmasu kaushalam, kushalata, dexterity, dakshatva. The dexterity word in Sanskrit is dakshatva. Perfection in what you are doing. So, these four makes a leader successful. Dhriti, steadfastness. Drishti, vision. Mati, intelligence. Darshyam, dexterity. Now, why I am giving this is that Bhagavan Hanumanji demonstrated all the four. The beginning itself. Before he reached Lanka. Until that point of knowing where Sita was imprisoned, they were going clueless. Sri Rama said that you go towards south because Sugriva has, and then other monkeys who are there, Vanaras, and they are not monkeys actually, Vanaras. Because Vanara means Va Nara. They are the best of the Naras. They appear to be animals, but actually they appear to be human, but actually they are living in the forest. So Vanarova. These are the Vanara, they are the Mana, Nara is called Vanara. Mana Nara, Mana means forest, Nara means being. Vana Nara become Vanara. They are living in the forest and they were tribes, so to say. They had tails, no doubt, at that time. We also had tails, we have not been using this, but it went away. So whatever you don't use it for a long time, it will go away, including brain. So, we are not living in the trees to jump from one place to another, so eventually, over a period of time, we don't find any use and it stopped growing. So like nowadays, very young itself, the children, their wisdom tooth are removed, right? That's to make it nice, because otherwise it will be like this. So they lost wisdom very young age itself. After generations later, there will not be any wisdom at all. So here, the Vanaras have seen. She was being carried away to the southern part by Ravana. And she had even thrown her jewelry onto the ground. And they picked up, only Rama later on said that yes, this is Sita's. So they know that she was taken towards the south. Therefore, Ravana very specifically asked Hanumanji and his group of people with him, said, go towards south, find out where they are. But they never thought that she will be in a place which is away from the mainland and far away beyond the ocean. That they never expected. So when they reached the tip of the land, beyond which they cannot go, they gave up. Said, what is that? Where? We have come to the end of the land. Beyond that, what is there? We don't know. Could she, is that possible that she would have been taken there? Maybe, but then where? If you have gone to the Kanyakumari or Rameshwaram, you would have realized that the ocean is extremely turbulent and the wind, you cannot even stand there. That's called Cape of Cameron, right? Any of those kind of tip of the land, if you stand there, I went to this, what is that place in South Africa? Cape Town. What is that? Tip. Oh my God, the wind is such, it will just lift you up. Physically it will lift you up. Such is the power of the wind there. So when they reached there, and then impossible to even stand there. And we are done. We cannot do anything. I think we are doomed. We cannot go back. Because Sugriva said that if you are not found Sita, don't come back. Because it will not keep you alive. So they decided to give up their life. And so instead of going back all the way and dying, even so will die. What's the point in going home and dying? They fell on that floor and then they were lying there. At that time, there was one huge, eagle that came, and she was so happy. He was so happy, saying, "Wow, what a feast I have got. So many monkeys, It's delicious food for many days." And this is the monkeys that were lying down there. They looked at this guy, we don't need to do anything, we'll be eaten. I wish this eagle can spare us like that of the Jatayu. When he heard the word Jatayu, immediately he just came down quietly. "Did you say the word Jatayu?" "Yes." "What do you know about him?" "But what has it got to do with you?" "He's my brother." Then they slowly narrated what happened to Jatayu, how he fought till his last breath to protect Sita. So he heard this and he was so moved. "So you are in search of someone for whom my brother had left his body? I will show you." And he got onto the top of a hill with his very sharp eyes. He was able to see Lanka. He said, "I can see it 100 yojanas away. It is there. She is there in that land." So when this was heard, everybody got revived again. "Oh, that is found. Oh, Sita, then we know where she is." Now, how to go there? A vast ocean in front of. So that is the time Hanumanji was reminded about his power. "Hanumanji, do you know who you are? You have the ability to cross the ocean. And you are Manojavaha. You are the speed of the mind. And you are the speed of even the wind." Reminded accordingly, he stood on the mountain Mahendra and he looked at this destination. That's where I have to go. So, first, that thing that came to him was Drishti. Among the 4 qualities, first of all, he became very clear about the purpose and the goal. Clarity about what he wants to achieve. So he says, "Yada ragavinirmuktaha shara shvasana vikramaha gacchetat agamishyami lankam ravana palitam nahi drakshami yaditam lankayam janakatmajam anenaivehi vegena gamishyami suralayam yadi va tridive sitam na draksham akrudashamaha badva rakshasa rajana anayishyami ravanam sarvada kridakaryoham eshyami sahasitaya anayishyami valankam samutpatya saravanam." Just like the arrow that is shot by Raghava, Sri Rama, how fast and so steadily it will reach. Yata Ravana Raghava Nirmuktaha Shara. The arrow, Shvasana Vikramaha. Hades, the best of the arrows that are released by Rama, how without breaking its speed, how it will penetrate and reach the goal and would not return until then, so too, Gachetat Padgamishyami. I will go in the same way, Lankam Ravana Palitam. I shall reach and I will not stop until I reach that point. Nahi draksham editam. If I do not see Sita there, see, you must always look for the alternative. No doubt one has a goal, but one cannot reach the goal or cannot achieve one point. You should think about what is next. Many times we may be surprised that in spite of all our effort, we may not be able to reach there. Then you must always think of the alternative. What if I cannot do it? That is also drishti. Sometimes we may be very enthused to go there and achieve something. When obstacles come or something stops us, then we're clueless. What do I do now? No, he already thought about the alternative. In case nahi drakshami tam sitam janakatmajam, if I don't see Sita there, anenaivehi vegena, with the same speed, I will go to Suralayam. I go to the abode of the gods and do their what? Yadiva tridive sitam, because if she is not there in Lanka, she would have already reached heaven. Meaning, he is very sure that she would not have become a victim to Ravana's hand. If she had gone there, if she has been taken there, and if she was persuaded to become the queen of Ravana, queen of Lanka, she would have killed herself. Therefore, I will go to Trideve. Trideve means the abode of the heaven, abode of the Indra. Sitam drakshami akrita shramaha. There I will see, without losing my effort. I will go there. Akrita shramaha. Badva rakshas rajanam anayishyami ravanam. And also, who made her go there? Ravana. I will bring him back to Rama. Sarvada kritakaryoham. I will always accomplish my task. Eshyami sahasidaya. I will only come back with Sita even if she has gone to the heavens. Anayashyami va lankam samutpataisa Ravana. And the entire Lanka also I take it from there and bring it to Rama. So, this is a lofty vision he has got. With that only, even before starting, he had thought about it. Now, for example, this place has been bought and then constructed according to our needs. Is it not some people sat down and thought about what it should be, how we should use it, where the deity should be, where the food should be, where the Valmiki classes should happen, what kind of a carpet, how much of the electricity light we need, and what kind of audience. All these are all to be thought of, and then only you engage in, okay, let's go for it. Isn't it? Even in simple project like this, one has to think through that. In our life, we live so blindly, imitating what everybody has been doing, without knowing where we are going. That is why most of the, parents, after the children go to the college and suddenly they leave home, suddenly they what are we doing now? Until now we have been living for our children, and the children have got their own wings and they flew away. Then they look at each other. Why are you here with me? Suddenly you will find that I am living so long without knowing there is one more here. This is called middle life crisis. Empty nesters. Suddenly you feel empty. That's called empty nesters. What am I doing? What am I to do? One lady came in to me recently, Swamiji, you have any work in the ashram to do every day? Why? You want to do? No, husband. He retired. Please take him. Otherwise he'll sit on my head and eat my head. Please take him. For those people who are so professionally engaged, suddenly when that is no more, some of them get a heart attack also. Oh, no, I'm useless now. Vayasigate. When it's my voice, when your voice or the age, when you are no more useful to the world, or you think you are no more useful to the world. So long as you bring wealth to the family, you are needed. After that, suddenly you find you are like a furniture piece. So here, Hanuman is a very clear example. What he demonstrates is, before you take off, you think about what is your final plan. What is that you want to achieve, where you want to reach, and what are the alternatives that you have. So as he proceeds, this is the first one, drishti. The next one is where he meets the first obstacle. The first obstacle, so to say, is none other than the ocean itself gives us an obstacle. You cannot call it as really an obstacle, but anything comes on your way between you and your goal is an obstacle. So the ocean Sagara felt that this Hanuman is here to achieve Sri Rama's purpose. And he is going to take a long journey, 100 yojanas there. So this I understand as a very important task, but this sevak or servant of Rama needs some rest. So why not I give him some rest? This is a good thinking of on the part of the ocean. So he immediately informed the one beautiful mountain that was there, which was hidden under the ocean. And that Parvata is known as Mainaka Parvata. It is said that earlier times the mountains had wings. Swamiji, what are you saying? Mountains had wings? You have a doubt about that? Do you have a doubt? If that is the case, anybody has US $1? Anybody has? Yeah. Huh? You don't have US $1 also? Go home if you have US $1. You go, take it. And you will see a pyramid printed there with wings. See that? Immediately. See? Both sides have wings. It has the eye also. What is it? That is the eye. An eye. Good Bhagavan Shiva's eye is also there. So, earlier mountains had wings. And they used to go around here everywhere. So the rishis and munis who are trying to meditate, suddenly they start going. They were sitting on the on the mountain, they will start moving. So they felt very, very disturbed by this. So they decided to cut the wings of all the mountains. So they invoked the gods and Indra immediately obliged them and started to cut the wings of all the mountains. So at that time, one mountain decided to hide. But it cannot hide anywhere because Indra's army was everywhere. So at that time, she prayed, this Mainaka mountain prayed, may please somebody help me. At that time, Vayu, the wind god decided to take this Mainaka mountain to another part and then merge it into the ocean to hide that. And then once Indra decided to destroy all the wings, and he went back. And until then he was under the mountain only. The Mainaka mountain is under that only. So Mainaka also was very obliged to the wind. And she says, you are known to be the son of the wind, whom I am very obliged, because the wind had saved my life. So I am here instructed by the ocean, Madhye lavanato yasya vignoyam idi nischitaha. When the Mainaka mountain came and said that I am here to give you some rest, on the way to Lanka you must take rest here. But Hanumanji said, Madhye lavanato yasya. Between this, in this middle of the ocean of salt, water of salt, vignaha ayam. He considered that as an obstacle. Idi nischitaha satam uchritam atyartam mahavego mahakavihi urasa padayamasa jibhutam iva marutaha. He rubbed against that very mountain and shaking the entire mountain out of place, like that of how the storm is moving and destroying all the clouds. In the same way, he did that, and in fact he told that very mountain, Ramasya kule jataihi udati parivartitaha sattvam ramahite yuktam pratyarchayati sagaraha. He says, Kridecha pratikartavyam yesha dharma sanadanaha. So our ocean immediately said, the Mainaka said, I am not here to be an obstacle to you, but I am only to make you feel relaxed. He said, no. Once I have decided to proceed on a particular task, I will not stop until I reach. So this is called Dhriti. Very important one that any leader should have. Stop not till the goal is reached. Swami Vivekananda also said, stop not till the goal is reached. Don't relax. Keep going. In our life also, when we take up any sadhana to do, we do it very relaxed. You know why? Because Hindus have a very peculiar attitude. अगले जन्म में करेंगे, आज इस जन्म में नहीं हो तो क्या है? In this life I may not have the ability to do that. Next life is always there. Such a great amount of, faith. Not only faith, relax. अरे ऐसे ही पता है पहले जन्म में. The same way only you said last birth also, you said the same thing. अगले जन्म में. This way many janmas over. Why not you do the same thing when you are to indulge in something? Rasulullah. अगले जन्म में ले. If you do that, you will be better off. No, that we don't say. अभी लेना है, कल नहीं मिलेगा. Today I have to have, tomorrow I won't get it. So if you are fulfilling your desires without postponing now, same way our sadhana should be to achieve now. One person went to one of our Swamis and asked, Swamiji, tell me, when is the best time to remember God? He said, as soon as the thought comes, you sit down. Do japa or whatever, puja, whatever, remember God at once. Don't postpone, because you can never predict your mind. It will not bring it back again. He said that if you have anger or any other such negative thought, will you postpone it? Huh? I'm angry at you, let us say. It's too early to get angry. Around 10 o'clock, I'll shout at you. If you do that, you will not be able to do that. Any negative thought, lust, passion, greed, jealousy, anything, it's a momentary insanity. If only you postpone that, you will not be able to repeat it. Now tell me, how many of you can get angry on me now, right now? Is it possible? Maybe, I don't know. But because if only that thought of negativity comes, to shout, to become unhappy, to become, not now. I'm gonna get depressed now. I think tomorrow at 5 o'clock I will get that. Not now. When it comes to such things, we are ready to act on it right away. When it comes to such a rare good thoughts come, you must be happy that it came. Kab karna hai? Abhi karo. So here, what Hanumanji said, I have decided to move on without stopping. You cannot stop me. I know that you want me to, take rest and go. But I have enough energy to move further. I'm not going to stop. Thank you. That is called dhriti, steadfastness, sustained enthusiasm, continuous, consistent. Even when you take up to working out or doing exercise or dieting, etc., you cannot say Monday I diet. Kuch nahi hoga. Some of you do you diet? Yes. Why you are dieting? Because I don't want to die eating. It's simple as that. You cannot say I will do exercise whenever I find time. You will never find it. What you do daily, consistently is what going to make you progress. Once in a while. Shivaratri, I become Shiva devotee. Aisa kaisa hoga? How is that only on Shivaratri you become a Shiva devotee? Or other days? No, let it be wherever he is. If you are a devotee, there is no question of you remember forgetting Bhagavan at all. Yasya vismarane maranam. In the absence of thinking, you will feel it is death. So he says, I cannot. Even though Mainaka wanted to pursue him, he's saying, Atiti kila pujaraha prakruto vijanata dharmam jignasamanena kim punaha tvatadrusha mahan. Even atitihi, even those who have not informed us and came to our doorstep, pujarha, they are worthy of worship. Prakrutopi vijanata. Even if they don't inform and they are common, normal person also come to your doorstep, should be treated with great hospitality. That is the Hindu tradition, Even those who come to our doorstep without informing must be treated with great love and compassion. That is called a true hospitality. And Indians are especially, are very well known for this hospitality. In such a way they do that they will send you to hospital at the end of it also. Ye bhi khao, wo bhi khao, aise bhi khao. In some place I was staying and that lady said, Swamiji, aap breakfast lenge? Haan, lunga. Okay. They gave me breakfast. After 1 hour she came back again. Ab kya lenge? I just now had breakfast, No, uske baad, 1 hour is over. Why not you have one more? No, I'm fine. 1 hour later, again. Ab kya lenge? What do you mean? I am to go for another 1 hour. I have to go for another lunch because Swamis are known for bhikshas, morning till evening. So I have to go for bhiksha, lunch bhiksha. So I am not. Bhiksha ke pehle kya lenge? This is what is called sending to hospital. So even a common man is to be given so much of treatment. Dharmam jignasamanena kim punah twadrusho mahan. What to talk of you who is man of knowledge? and you are a sevak of the Lord, it will be our great pleasure to give you that, give you that hospitality. He says, no, I am not going to stop. So he says, I am proceeding on. Tvarate karya kalo me ahaschapyadi vartate pratignya chamaya datta nastatavyam ihantare. I will not stop here. Nastatavyam ihantare. In between I will not stop. I will keep going. This is my pratignya maya datta. This pratignya, this promise, I gave it to myself. See, if we are to be believed and trusted by people, we must stand by our promise. Right? If somebody has, to whom we have given some promise, we should make sure that we maintain it. And before you give promise to anyone, first of all, keep your own promise to yourself. If you have taken a pratignya, even though nobody will know it, if you have promised to yourself certain things, make sure that you accomplish that. Then and then alone, you are capable to give promise to others and maintain it. So sadhana is a constant conviction. You must promise to yourself, I can be better than yesterday, and for that I should do something. And I alone can do that. Just like if I am hungry, I alone can eat, nobody else. Many times people ask me this question, Swamiji, moksha is not very selfish? Is it not pursuing towards your own liberation is a selfish endeavor? I said, not at all. Do you think eating your lunch or bhiksha is a selfish endeavor? Do you think so? Do I need a permission of all of you to eat my food or even sleep? What is your opinion? Should I sleep? What's everybody's opinion here? Then I decide. My hunger, when I'm hungry, I don't need anybody's permission to eat. If I am tired to sleep, I don't need anybody's permission. So too, my own freedom from myself, my own mind, I don't need anybody's permission. It is my responsibility. Right? In the same way, here Hanumanji said, I have given a promise to myself. What? I will not stop anywhere until I accomplish this purpose. Pratignya cha maya dattana stadavyam viha antare. So, adavurtvam duramutshritya hitva shailamahar Piduppantanamastaya jagamamavadembare. He proceeded on without stopping thereafter, and the Devatas and Rishis who were there in the heavens, they were so happy about such a devotee, such a sevak of the Lord, and they say, Tatridiyam Hanumato Drishtva Karma Sudushkaram Prashasham Susura Sarve Siddhas Chavaramarshaya. When they looked at his Hanumanji going such a speed towards Lanka, they said he has accomplished the second important he has proved his second important qualification. What is that? Dhriti. The steadfastness that comes out of the clear vision of his goal. As he proceeded further on that, then the next obstacle that came. What was that? That was the presence of another important obstacle that came on this. That is Surasa. The huge snake which can open the mouth in such a way nobody can escape. And she opened her mouth so widely and said that now I am going to eat you. This is a boon given to me by Brahma himself. I don't need to go anywhere. Once in a while open the mouth. Anything that comes, close it. Finished. Our Gurudev used to say that a sadhu should not live udara nimittam bahukruta vesha nabhavet. May you not become one who is merely taking sannyas for the sake of filling the belly. Udara nimitta. Jatilo mundi lunjita keshaha kashayambara bahukruta vesha. Pashyanna vichana pashyati muda. Udara nimittam bahukruta vesha. Even Shankaracharya's times of people were there. What? Fake sadhus for the sake of filling the belly. Here he says, that Surasa says, I am given a boon. What? Whenever I am hungry, open the mouth. Whatever is there, I will close and eat. Therefore, you came to, I didn't ask for you, you came on the way. So therefore, Agamishyami te vaktram satyam pradishrunomi te. Then Hanuman said, yes, definitely, I accept Brahmaji's boon on you, boon given to you, because I cannot deny that, I cannot transgress that. And I have to get into your mouth. I shall do that for sure, but not now. After I accomplish my task of bringing Sita to Rama, I'll come special trip to you, only to get into your mouth. Then you do whatever. You won't? No, I need it right now. So, Pravishyavanam me adya gantavyam vanarottama. No, at this very moment only, gantavyam, you have to enter in. Pravishyavanam me, entering into your mouth, my mouth. Varayeva pura dattaha. This boon has been given to me. Mamadhatredi sansatvara, by given to me by Brahma. So therefore, we have to do it. And she increased, because Hanumanji was, when he was flying, he was in full form. Superman also has come out of Hanuman only. Hanuman, Superman, Batman. Nowadays you have so many of them. Spider-Man, all came originally from Hanuman. So that, he was so big and then he was going such a speed. And she said, no, you have to enter. So he said, okay, open your mouth. She opened the mouth to some extent, so maybe 100 feet. He became 200 feet. She did 500, he became 600. Every time she opened the mouth, he also became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's such huge opening. What he did was, he suddenly became so small. He came out. By the time, see, it is like this, some big trucks, when they turn, that. So big, because of the very size itself. So here she tried to close the mouth quickly, but can't. By the time he went and came back, looked at her, said, see, I have promised that I will get into your mouth later, but you didn't say now. I did now. You didn't close your mouth. What can I do for that? This is called mati. Intelligence. Now what does it teach us? In our life, we meet many different personalities. And almost 99.9% of the people act according to their ego. Their assertion, their compulsion about their own ideas, they want to push down their opinions. Is it not true that you will find in your own workplace also and everywhere else? Everyone would stand by their own opinions and assertions and their own conclusions of life, not necessarily obliging or even listening to others. When such kind of ego personalities are with us, what we should do? What we should do? Suddenly become small. Meaning, see, one lady came to me and said, my husband, he's so arrogant, Swamiji. He thinks, or whatever he thinks and feels alone is right. Whatever I say, nothing in front of him. What do I do with him? I said, accept him. Swami, you don't understand. He is wrong. He always concludes wrong. What do I do? Accept him. I think you don't know. You're a sannyasi. Grihastha only you know. So whenever he says he is right, you say, yeah, you are right. But that he is not right. You just say you are right. And then you slowly say, when I say you are right, it doesn't mean I am wrong. You will get confused. You walk away. Meaning, if you have your thinking as right, I think I am also right. You have your right over your opinion as much as I have a right over my opinion. So with the people who are so egoistic, the moment you accept it, they feel that, oh, problem solved. If you fight only, there is a problem, right? You accept what I say, yes, but you don't necessarily do what he says. That you do later on. So here also, when she opened the mouth so big, he went in there. For going inside and coming out, he has become smaller. You see that? One of the powers Hanumanji had is Lagima, light. You know, Anima, Mahima, Lagima, Garima. Anima means to become small. Garima means to become heavy. Mahima means to become big. But he has the ability to become small. If in our own spiritual pursuit also, unless we have the flexibility to become small anytime when we want, we will not be able to achieve what we want to achieve. You cannot always prove, I am always right, I am always right, I am always right, and your ego will only become very strong. Even when you are right, sometimes you say, I am wrong. It's okay, it doesn't matter. Because as an evolving spiritual person, your intent is to get rid of ego and not to prove yourself right. So here he demonstrated the mati. Intelligently how to handle this. Physically she is powerful. You cannot, conquer her. Impossible to get out of the place. But what he said was, I will get in, but if you don't close, I'll get out. So she also gave him her blessings, and therefore he had achieved the third. Tatridiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram sadhu sadviti bhutani prashasham sustata harim. Again, this Devatas and others were so happy to see such a devotee or the sevak of the Lord could accomplish this difficult task also with the third important trait of a leader, intelligence. So first one was what is known as Driti, no doubt, where steadfastness followed by the clarity of purpose and vision. And then the third one is Mati. The fourth one is Darshyam, dexterity. Powerful actions. Actions that once you do it, it's called surgical operation. You won't go wrong. You know exactly what to do. Think about it very clearly, but you strike once, that is over. Thereafter, there is no question of repeating it. So then they decided that we'll make one more test for him, and that is Himsika. That is that one huge snake what was there. Being in the ocean, anything that is passing by in the sky, the shadow of it can hold and you cannot move. Only your shadow. The shadow itself, when it captured, you cannot move. That technology is yet to come. Not yet has come to this world, but that is also there. Possibility is always there. All the possibilities are already given here. So that Simhika, not Himsika, I said Simhika. Simhika, she was Himsika only, but anyway. So she was torturing everybody. And when he was passing by, he did not know, suddenly he could not move. What is stopping me? Fuel is there, speed is there, wind is all right. Why am I not able to move? Move further. It's not possible. Yeah, then what is stopping me? He looked here and there, then suddenly found. Oh, what is that? He found a huge snake holding on to his shadow and not allowing it to move. Oh, this is another trouble. He slowly descended down. What's your problem? Why are you capturing me? Because this is how we eat. I am not satisfied with only aquatic creature. Whatever is flying also I will eat. That's my delicacy. Therefore, since you are very rarely get such a living being flying across me, above me, usually birds and other things. Some time back, when I was working in Bangalore, there used to be one Chinese restaurant. I went there once with my friend. I was not very interested to eat anything. So I looked at it. They said, today's specialty is UFO. UFO? What is UFO? I called the person, what is UFO? We take unidentified flying objects and put it in your curry. It is called UFO. Immediately walked out of that place. I don't want to eat UFOs. Here, she said, Simhika said, you are a UFO. I don't know who you are, but you are a special case. You have come and I want to eat you. He said, you may want to eat, but if you want to eat, I will have to get into your mouth, right? And only you can eat. Yeah, easy. I will consume like that of the Surasa also. Where I will open my mouth in such a way, Plavamanantutam drishtva simhika nama rakshasi manasa chintayamasa pravruddha kamarupini. Ata dirghasya kalasya bhavishyam aham ishita idam hi me mahat sattvam chirasya vashamagatam. She said, this one thing that has come to me, and she held the chayayam grihyamanayam chintayamasa manaraha. Here, Hanumanji has started thinking that how I am caught up. And she opened the mouth. Satasya vivrute vaktre vajra samhanana kavihi samkshipya muguhu atmanam nishpapada mahabala. He went inside her mouth, and when she closed the mouth, he could not get out. He tore open the body and came out. With absolute dexterity, with power, he, having gone inside the stomach, he started to penetrate, because the speed is, after all, the son of wind. With the speed and strength, he penetrated through the body and opened up and came out. Tattasya nakhaihi tikshnaihi marma api utkritya vanaraha utpapatat vegena manasampada vikramaha. By the mind's power itself, he was able to penetrate through and to tear open the body and come out. So dexterity is, physical strength comes to us when our mind is fully aware. Hey, people like, our Bruce Lee and such other people, what weapon they had? What weapon they had? Their weapon was the mind. Absolute concentration, and with the mere bare hand, you could break it. Is it not true? Karate. Karate. This is called karate. Actually, it came from Bharat only. The hand itself is your weapon. That's what karate. With the hand itself you can break. So in physical, you and I tried, nothing will happen. But with the same hand, when you train your mind to focus, this hand becomes self-important. The leg becomes a weapon. Your body becomes a weapon. So that's what here Hanumanji just demonstrated. With the mind behind the action, completely in concentration, could use his body as a weapon and penetrate into one game. The power of the mind is very underestimated. Any great master achieved anything is because of the ability to consistently focus their mind on what they want. Our own Gurudev, with a single individual, in 40 years of time, he could create 300 plus, so many centers, so many activities, reaching out to millions of people, creating so many projects. As a single individual, would he even imagine that? When he came out with from Uttarakashi down to Pune city with a 25 Naya Paisa, you would say, 25, not by, I don't know how many cents, let us say 25 cents, which is also outdated, cannot be used. With that money, nothing in his hand. How could he establish such a huge organization? Mind, thinking clearly and thinking focusedly and exerting to the extent possible the physical strength also. His heart was functioning only 24%. But you will not know. When he sits there on the stage and start talking, you will never know that his heart is only 25% working. Powerful words. And towards the end of his life, after his talk for an hour, when he gets out of the stage, you will give him oxygen. You cannot breathe. But you honestly will never know that it is. I remember when I was attending this Vivekchudamani class in Siddhabari, they had videotape. You might have seen that. Videotape these talks, and it was only 1 hour that is given. Because the doctors have said, at a stretch he can give only 1 hour of talk and he needs 5 hours of rest after that. So we were there as student, I was there as a student. And he used to continue, and then 1 hour it is over, the doctors who were there around him, come, you will show hand. You know, shut up. 30 minutes. He will not stop because it's just a flow. What is that strength? Where did it come from? Dexterity in action. Ability to withstand the pains of the body, withstand the unhealthy nature of the body with the power of thinking, power of the mind. So here also, Hanumanji would not have done that, could not have done that. But he penetrated through the body and tore it open and came out. That is the fourth important power. It's called Darsham. So, none of them I didn't even build. 9:05. Sometimes you people have to say stop. Say this. I will not know otherwise. So we saw in this simple small section who as a leader and who is a sevak truly, and how we can emulate these qualities. Dhriti, steadfastness. Drishti, clear vision. Mati, intelligence. And Darshya, dexterity. If we have these four qualities, what we cannot win. Like Hanuman, we could do the impossible. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhamat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.